say you're working in a studio, and some of you may have been in a studio, some of you may have not. It doesn't matter. It's a very technical area. There's a lot of machinery. There's a huge mixing board usually. There's a lot of outboard gear. There's a lot of stuff there, right? There's a lot of technical bits and pieces. Now, if you're not familiar with this gear, what's going to happen is creativity is going to get stifled, right? So you're going to want to record this band and you're going to want to get these tracks done and, you know, levels and all that. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get a bad signal. It's not going to get recorded properly. And what's going to happen is creativity is going to get killed in the process. So if you know your equipment, it'll help the creative juices flow a lot smoother. Same could be said with songwriting. With songwriting, if at least you have your circle of fifths, which is a really important tool, this right here, okay? Because say you're in a particular key, you pick up, let's pick up the guitar here, okay? Say you're you came up with some idea in the key of, and you're in C, right? You're in C, well, C, okay, well, it's good to know, it helps to know what chords work really well in that key. Well, in C, it's, as we've said before, it's these 6 chords. C, F major, G major, so on either side of the C, we've got these 2 chords, and the 3 bottom ones, A minor, D minor, E minor, these 6, okay? If you're in the key of C, but also if you're in the key of A minor, you've got the same chords. Very valuable tool. A minor, D minor, E minor, G, C, and F. There's a diminished as well, but we're not going to worry about that, okay? So that's an incredibly valuable tool to have as a songwriter and to have as a foundation for some music theory. It's really, really great, really, really valuable, okay? So in my opinion, to write songs, you really don't need, at least in the beginning, to go past this point here. It doesn't really matter as long as you have your chord, you have your foundation, because that's what you need to write. Okay, you need to understand chord structure and chord progressions and how they work so that you can allow the creativity to come through. Okay, now if you're a session musician, okay, if you're playing, you know, you're going to have to really have a very good understanding of music theory, because oftentimes you'll be given, you know, sheet music. You got to be able to sight read and everything. So it depends on what the purpose is. But for our purposes as songwriters, you don't need anything really more than this circle of fifths. Okay?